Hi, everybody. Cliff Gager here. I want to thank you for being on the call tonight. I have some exciting news about the real estate market and what's happening right now. Some fairly new information. We haven't even had a chance to talk about it in my training yet because it was ongoing investigating on actually how it works and how it's going to get to be a position where we can literally profit from it. We have kind of cracked the code on something that's new. It's really amazing as the profit potentials that we're seeing right now. A lot of people are getting outbid in today's market with all cash buyers. What we're seeing is, going through doing our normal bidding process of trying to buy properties with a profit margin built in, plus having enough money in the deal to actually, do the repairs to it. What we end up doing is we lower the price down so that it makes it affordable for all of those things to be added back in on our resale price so that we can, number one, do the repairs, market the property, and then sell it and make a profit. But lately, there's been some stiff competition out there, and a lot of people can't really figure out what the competition is doing because they're paying too much for the houses. And if you look at it on a short-term scale as to what's happening right now in our immediate window of real estate opportunities, it doesn't make sense to pay as much for these properties and then, do the repairs on them and resell them. And then we're not seeing them actually getting resold. We're seeing them sitting there on the market. So what's happening is there's a buyer out there and they're paying too much from our viewpoint, and they're not selling the properties, and they're keeping them for a longer-term investment strategy. Some people know who those buyers are and are aware of what they're doing, and they're looking at them as a stiff competition to us and the way we buy properties and try to make, a living, making a small percentage or, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 profit after going through and rehabbing the properties. And, in some markets you can pull $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 profit depending on the price points. So with these other bidders out there that are kind of making it difficult for us to get properties and driving the market up, what's happening is we're having a hard time. And we've done a lot of research into who they are and what they're doing. And some of you guys on the call might already know that the hedge funds are out there right now, and they're buying properties for long-term rental units, probably with a 8 to 10 year cycle on when they are going to probably either sell the property or move the property into a different venue where maybe they sell the property to other investors or they just liquidate it for their assets and their holdings. But in the meantime, right now, all the people on TV and the marketing guys are all like, oh my God, right now is the best time to buy real estate. And until the hedge funds started coming in and trying to, scoop up all the properties, we were doing pretty good. We were buying properties, we're fixing them up, and we're reselling them for profit. And, it's tough because there's a lot of competition out there, but there was a lot of, low-hanging fruit out there that we could actually do that. And then, of course, you've got some people out there that are sitting around waiting and trying to scoop them at the last minute when they're absolutely at the bottom. And then, of course, you've got the hedge funds, which now have pretty much realized that we're at the bottom. It doesn't look like we're going to be going down that much, if any, in most of the major markets where they're buying properties. And it looks like we're going to be on another 4, 5, 6, maybe an 8-year upturn to where that hockey stick is going to jump up at the end, and I think they're going to probably unload a ton of properties and well, it probably will crash the market again like it did this last time. But I think if you're getting in at this point right now and you're buying a piece of property right now and you're able to, just for an example, I looked at some properties in Florida this weekend or last weekend while I was there. You're looking at $150,000, $160,000 houses, retail value that are being listed for $50,000 and $60,000 because nobody is actually paying the $150,000, $160,000 once the houses are all picked up or fixed up. So as I'm analyzing the market there, I'm trying to figure out, okay, how can we have a 160 value or a 150 value if the properties aren't selling and you have one or two, maybe three comps at the higher price point, but then you've got 25 at the lower price point. And what's happening in these markets is you've got a lot of people coming in at 50, 60, 70,000 bucks buying the properties and they're not selling them. I know everybody on the call has an extra, $2-3 million that they can do that with. What? No? Okay. Well, I know I can't hear you guys because I got the call muted. But I'm pretty sure nobody's sitting around like Warren Buffett with so much extra money in their pocket that they can go out there and buy these properties, hold them like the hedge funds are doing long term, and wait for that hockey stick appreciation at the end and then drop kick all their assets into the market and sell everything. But I do know a way, and Pete and I have been really working hard on how to process the properties in a way that we can buy them, the hedge funds can buy them, and we can live simultaneously or in synchrony or synchronously, if you want to make up some words here, be able to survive together with a market that's becoming harder and harder to buy properties at. And what we've done, this is a pre-announcement. We've actually are putting a program together. It's going to be a 2-day program, very reasonably priced, and it's going to teach you exactly what to do, how to identify the funds in your neighborhoods and who they are and what they're doing. And we're actually putting contacts together with the lead buyers in all of the areas across the United States that will make it easy to work with them, find them, help them find properties, and of course, profit from them. So again, I just wanted to, it's like breaking news. It's something that's absolutely new. One of the deals that Pete has worked on recently, he just slammed it and put, I think, from what he said this morning, don't quote me on this, I think he made it somewhere around $30,000 profit on an immediate wholesale. So the money's there, the deals are there. We have an inside edge with the hedge fund that is giving us all of the parameters that we need in order to make it a slam dunk so that you can pretty much go out there, find the properties, and work with the hedge funds and make money by literally helping your competition succeed. So I wanted to give you some insight on that. I will have, we're working on the website right now that's going to be launched in the next couple of days. Watch my Facebook account, watch my Facebook groups for the location and the website's going to be and what the deal is. I promise that it's going to be an incredible deal again because I love bringing this information and experience. I've got 21 years. I know, we coming into 2013 now. I got to add that extra year on there every year. 21 years of experience in the real estate and mortgage investing business. That with Pete is my realtor here in California, and the really awesome thing is he knows exactly what I'm doing as far as training and how the training works, and to be able to put that into perspective with the new things that are coming out right now. Nobody's doing what we're talking about, and nobody has the access that we've put together in this hedge fund. Word is they have somewhere around $87 billion, and the awesome thing is We're guessing in 6 to 10 months, it's going to be over. So if you're not getting in right away, you're going to miss the window. So what we're doing is we're putting together a program that will allow you to do this, and it's going to be multi-level, so you can get the information and do it yourself. You can work with us on an elevated level, and also help us put deals together, and then add it right through into the funnel. So you make some money, we make some money. There's a lot of properties that need to be bought and held by these companies, and they don't care where it comes from, and as long as we're helping them put the properties on the rolls, that's what they're looking for. So stay tuned for that. This weekend is probably when we're going to do a mini launch with an early bird special, and it's going to be probably somewhere here in California, because we need to get it done, and we need to get this information out right away so that you guys can start working this program right away, because like I said, the window is going to be tight. And, once they're out of money, they're not going to be buying any more properties. So we're working on several hedge funds right now, and it's looking amazing, and the proof is in the pudding. So I want to announce that, give you guys a heads up on that. That's going to be coming out this week. So stay tuned to my Facebook account, and I will immediately post that information once it's live and available. On a second note, I was just in Tampa, Florida, Tampa Bay area, St. Pete, Clearwater, Apollo Beach, Ruskin, an amazing tilt in the market that's happening over there. I was working with two of my newest students that are in my apprentice program, and basically we sat down with a new lender that is going to be putting together some amazing structure for financing in that area, up to 100% financing for your purchase, repairs, holding costs, everything. And as of right now, it's not available, and it's only going to be available through me and through my apprentice program until it's tweaked out and we get everything in line so that it can be available later on. So one of the advantages of being in the apprentice program is that you're going to get the cutting edge financing that's available. It's going to be available mostly in Florida, where there is no type of lending available right now that we're getting ready to put together. So watch for that announcement at my next event. I'm going to be doing several events over the next couple of months. I mentioned on the last call, we're going to be doing this kind of like an emergency training event, which is going to be for all the hedge fund information, only because it's falling together and coming together. All, the stars are all lining up just perfectly. So that's going to go down really fast. I know it was not something that was planned with, tons and tons of marketing time. So it'll be available to a select few. You get in on it, and it'll definitely benefit you. As far as the apprentice program, you'll be hearing more about my apprentice students going through and putting deals together. I spent the entire weekend with Richard and Mary Buckley. We've put together some amazing circumstances. I got a lot of really good feedback from them as far as what they need, and we crushed it, guys. Their productivity over the next few months is just going to be astronomical, and the whole system of what they're going to be doing is built around their strengths and their weaknesses, so that their actual success is going to be phenomenal. While we were there, I did, like I said just a few minutes ago, put together some finance scenarios that are going to be incredible. Again, up to 100% financing, and it's not based on your credit score. So if you've got not so great credit, but you have taken my training and you know how to build these deals, the money's going to be there because the deal's going to be there. So stay tuned for an announcement coming up over the next few weeks. I'm hoping and shooting for an announcement within the next 14 days or so. So that's going to happen as well. That's going to be most of the Tampa Bay market, the west coast of Florida. The interesting thing is I looked at some houses in the Apollo Beach area. Amazing deals. Again, the market is kind of screwy on the resale, so until further notice, it's pretty much a buy and hold market right now. Unless you get in really cheap, do a really cheap rehab, and get out really cheap, it's going to be a tough resale there, and you're going to have some extended marketing times, I think. So I think the capture there is to do more of a long-term hold, and it could be, with the right scenario and right circumstances, a great opportunity to do owner finance to people that can't really qualify, self-employed people that had issues with credit in the past because of the way the market went. There's a lot of owner financing scenarios that can be absolutely phenomenal in that areas there in the Apollo Beach area. Going further south, I've got some news on some markets south of the Tampa Bay area that I'm actually going to be doing some investing there, so I don't want to give you an actual location of where that's going to be because I don't want to shoot my own foot and have you guys run down there and buy everything. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be a new market, a totally new methodology of putting properties available to the general public, and an absolutely new way of financing and funding those people on the other side. So if you've been sticking around with me over the last year or so, I've been putting together some phenomenal connections with other experts in the business, Randy Hughes being one. I'm going to be doing an event coming up in April with Randy Hughes. He's Mr. Land Trust and working with the Land Trust, and also Dawn Rickabaugh. She's the Note Queen. I actually funded and closed a deal with her about a week and a half ago, and it just went absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely did exactly what needed to be done, and number one, helped somebody out that really needed a situation solved. That's, when we can go out there and put things together that help people rather than hurt people, that's what this is all about. So the event with Dawn and Randy is going to show pretty much a little bit of insight as to what's coming for the future of real estate. Even if you don't have a lot of money, it's something that I'm trying to structure this thing so that if you're sitting there and you've only got $20,000, $30,000 or even $10,000 and you're trying to put these deals together and you just can't find a way to make it happen because you limit yourself with the finances that you have, the limited finances, I'm figuring out a way to put these things together so that even with very little money out of your pocket, if any, you'll be able to structure these deals, go in, put them together, and escape or have an exit strategy that allows you to put some money in your pocket too. So a lot of really, really cool things are happening as far as what I'm doing in real estate and what's happening in real estate. And the thing I just want to touch on real quick is, number one, experience. I know there's a lot of people out there that are, and some have made millions and millions of dollars, trying to help people be successful in real estate. I just want to, enforce the fact that I've been doing this for 21 years, and the structure of what's happening in my real estate investing as to where it's going and where it's going to go over the next 2 years is based completely on my experience of being in the business for 21 years. So it's a niche, it's something new, it's something that if you've been in the business over 20 years, you're going to be like, oh my God, I know what he's doing. That's brilliant. So stay tuned. We're going to be cranking up the volume of what's going to happen. Some of you on the call may or may not know who I am. My name is Cliff Gager again. I've been in the real estate business for 21 years. I started out in the mortgage business. I've been in the construction business, so I've worked on houses. I was a licensed electrician for several years. I've worked from the slab up on real estate. So the slab or the foundation all the way to the financing and the sale of the property. I've been through all aspects of it. So I know how to put deals together, and I know how to make them work so that it can help put money in your pocket. One of the things that I've done over the last 16 years is I've worked for many of the major real estate training companies out there, gurus, whatever you want to call them. Pretty much you name them, I've worked for them. And what I did was back-end fulfillment. So once they sold the big, high-priced, pricey training programs, I was the trainer that went out and did the fulfillment on most of those training packages. I have a high success rate with my students over the last 2 years, and it's somewhere in the 50% to 60% of my students are putting deals together within 30 to 45 days after taking my training. One of the aspects that I hold as one of my biggest assets is, number one, I've done the real estate. I know what's happening in the market right now. I'm actually participating in real estate transactions as we speak, so I know what works and I know what doesn't. And I don't waste your time giving you a bunch of BS about different stuff that's not going to work, but it makes it sound like I'm really smart. I'd rather give you great information that's going to put money in your pocket and you think I'm not that bright. But when you're cashing those checks, that's all I care about. As far as the last 2 years, I've worked with another entrepreneur, a former student of mine, and we did a lot of training and a lot of help. As time goes on, people grow apart for whatever reason. And about 2 weeks ago, we both decided to go on our own separate ways. I'm excited for myself, number one, to be going out on my own, and I'm excited on their behalf for them to be going out on their own. And I wish great success, and I hope that some of my training has also help them in that aspect as well. So I know there's a lot of people on the call that are like caught in the crossfire. Guys, don't worry about it. There's no hard feelings. Nothing's wrong. It's going to be a continuous, great relationship. So also, if you're new to the call and you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. The future of my real estate training, my real estate investing, and the opportunities that are going to come up this year and next year are going to benefit you greatly. I've hired a marketing team that is going to help me develop my website. It's going to be phenomenal. I don't want to let out too much information, but it is going to be the pretty much, I've looked at everybody's website out there as far as what they're offering for educational material, and nobody's really nailing it. So I've created on my property up in the mountains of Southern California. I actually have a recording studio, a video recording studio now, and what we're going to do is we're going to put 21 years of experience in 30-minute videos that's going to help you overcome any obstacle that you run across in this business, as well as give you all the insight of 21 years of experience so that, number one, you don't make the mistakes that can occur, or you also can avoid them by doing all the right things. So as far as that goes, that's going to be rolling out in the next couple of weeks, as well as more training. I'm going to be doing more events. I'm going to be booking a Irvine, California event within the next 2 months. So as soon as that's booked and available, I'll be giving everybody a heads up on that. It's going to be 3 days of real estate training. Pretty much a lot of the information that I would give out for one of the gurus when I was doing their training events, I would show up and teach for 3 days, pretty much A to Z what you needed to do in real estate. And that was, $20,000, $30,000, $10,000, whatever they were getting for the product. The amazing thing that I'm going to do is something that nobody's doing. I'm literally going to do the 3-day weekend for $197 per person. So if you haven't come to one of my events and you've been wanting to come, but I was charging $1,500 to $1,900, I think $1,997, and you weren't able to come, I've shortened it down a little bit, and instead of 4 days, it's going to be 3 days, and we're going to go right to the meat and potatoes of the training. $197 per person. I'm really looking to crush it in this business and provide as many people the opportunity to go out there and actually put deals together with training that's viable in today's market. I look at everybody else's products out there, and I kind of chuckle because it's stuff that I've been doing for many, many years, and I keep seeing, new improved ways of, oh my God, this is insider secret news of how to secretly, do something in the market, and I keep seeing the same crap regurgitated over and over and over again. So I'm just going to make it almost impossible for you to say no and just make it ridiculously priced so that I'd rather help, I guess, doing the Walmart mentality, I'd rather help a lot more people save money on training and leave them with money to do, real estate investing on their own. I'm going to provide advanced training if you feel that you really need it. I'll be there for you. That's still going to be in place. But for the general masses, I'm going to be moving everything towards a online video educational system that pretty much will be an on-demand. You have a question, you go in, you type in the question, and it'll pull up the videos that you need to watch in order to solve your situation or give you insight on something that you haven't even thought of. So that's what's happening with me. I'm excited. It's going to be phenomenal. You guys are the reason that I'm doing it. And then that's what's happening with me. So I do want to do some housekeeping. A lot of people have been asking me questions about specific markets, specific questions on specific people. I want to just clear the air on a few things. There's some people that, well, let me put it this way. If you're going to be doing a real estate transaction with anybody, and that includes myself, with if you're going to put up money and I'm going to put up money and we're going to do the deals together, or you're going to buy a piece of property from me or I'm going to buy a piece of property from you, what I want you to do is I want you to absolutely, to the best of your ability, seriously sit down and analyze what the deal is. I don't want you to listen to me tell you, oh, here's the numbers, trust me. Or I don't want you to say, okay, Cliff, what should I do with this? And then just take my word that that's the only options that you have. When I looked at the market down in the Bay Area, I realized something, that with other training methods or other investment theology, so to speak, or methodology, a lot of people can get hurt in today's market because they might take a strategy that's going to work in one area and try to implement it into another area where they're not fully understanding what's happening. So again, I want to say, do your due diligence. I believe that until you find somebody doing actually something wrong or not doing what they've said that they were going to do, I don't have anything to say about that, but you need to do your own due diligence and be very careful as to, like if I tell you, hey, go in, buy the property for this and do this and do that, and you're going to sell it for X amount of dollars, if I have no vested interest in that property and I'm not going to profit from you doing that deal or not, I feel, and over the years I've kind of maintained it this way, I feel that I can give you an unbiased answer right from the heart based on facts and the actual situation of the deal, not based on the fact that if I tell you it's not going to work, I'm not going to make the profits that I'm supposed to make. I don't do that. And what I want you to do is understand that everybody in the real estate business from the real estate agent to the mortgage person to the investor themselves, they're all based on the activity of the sale, either a commission or a profit motivated from either the sale of the property on a wholesale level or an assignment or whatever. So whoever is profiting from your deals, make sure that you double check and verify the information that they're giving you. So if somebody says, "Oh yeah, this house is worth $50,000," and understand that unless you go out and you do comps, just like I teach in my training, do your comps. I run RealQuest. You can validate it with Zillow and doing the recent sales. As long as you can find factual data to support what people are telling you, that's what I want you to go on. I don't want you to, take the person's word that's selling you the deal. I know a lot of people took training based on what was told to them, and a lot of people understand that you don't always get what you're sold. So not trying to discount anybody, not trying to say, don't do business with this person or that person. Just if somebody's telling you something and those are the facts of the deal and they're profiting from it, make sure that you double check that information. So I guess tonight's call is based on the fact that if you have a deal that you're working on or you're trying to put together, always trust your own due diligence over anybody else's. If you have a doubt in property values, before you sink thousands and thousands of dollars in it, an appraisal is going to cost you $250 to $500. I'd rather see you invest $500 into finding out that the numbers aren't what they're supposed to be, and you end up walking away from a deal than spending thousands and thousands of dollars to only find out that information afterwards. So I just want everybody to understand that no matter what market, whether it's New York, it's Florida, it's Texas, it's California, it's Washington, it's Chicago, it's Oklahoma City, you always have a way to validate your information. You can tell by the trending of the markets if you start, investigating the sales of what's happening in there in particular regions and particular price ranges. $1 million houses are going to sell at a different rate and market than something that's selling for $200,000-$300,000. So you always have to narrow down your data as much as possible. I go through this during my 3-day training. For the $197 for you to sit through and just learn how to verify your data and validate the information to know, I want you to know what is a good deal. I want you to know, not based on somebody's opinion, but based on factual data. That's what I go through. That's what I pride myself on. The training events, and anybody that's been on my events have always said the same thing, which is thanks for showing us how to do this. And by actually being able to physically do it, it helps make things work for your benefit. So what I want to do is I've got just about 20 minutes. I'm in the Q&A mode, so if you hit *6 on your phone, that will unmute you, and I will be able to click on your name there and be able to answer any questions if you have any questions. I went through I had an hour consultation call this afternoon, and I went through JV structures as to how to structure a JV agreement, and it was a very, very, very good phone call. So if you have any questions based on JV agreements or investing in real estate or anything, and if you're new on the call and you haven't been on one of my calls, again, hit *6, and I'd like to hear from you and see if there's any questions that I can answer for you. So I got a lot of people on here, and I know that some of you have questions. So if you want to ask a question, go ahead and hit *6 right now. if you want to say hi and just have everybody hear you say hi, you can hit *6 too. See, we got several people on the call. I know I didn't do a lot of marketing on the call tonight because I was traveling and whatnot. Just for future information, the calls are going to be every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 6 p.m. Pacific Time. I am recording the calls, so they will be available at a later time. So if you can't make it on the Wednesday night calls, definitely watch my Facebook postings, because I'll post the calls on there until the website is made. The actual website will have a section just for the recorded phone calls. So Thursday night call tonight was kind of an impromptu. I wanted to get a lot of information out about this new program that Pete and I are putting together, because there's going to be a small window and it's nationwide. So anyways, I've got somebody that wants to ask a question. So I think it's Steve. Is that you?
That's me, buddy. How are you?
Oh, excellent. I know we were talking earlier about the weather. I've got snow on the ground. It's 30 degrees outside, and I live in sunny California.
Yeah, we're prepping for another storm. So.
Oh, well, God bless you. And I know you guys got dumped on last week. I got about 8 inches right before I flew in from Florida. So I went from Florida to 8 inches of snow.
Oh boy! Well, it's better than 30.
Yes. Did you guys get 30?
Yeah, we got 30 inches of snow. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
So are you looking for property now in the Florida region, Texas region, and Southern California market?
Boston. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I should be, right? At this time of the year, it's a reason to go visit.
You know, you guys all move down to the south, when you get to that, I don't know if it's a retirement age or an enlightenment age.
So my question is,
yes, sir.
The apprenticeship program.
Yes.
Do you have rates for that right now, or is that something?
I do. What's happening is I did an initial offering on that at $25,000. And the way the program works is I come to your location for 3 days. I literally sit at your dining room table, and we map out a strategy that pertains just to you. I've done this enough times to where I can sit down and with the right questions at the right place and the right timing, I can figure out what's going to be the best scenario for you to actually implement, automate, engage your real estate investing to where it makes more sense for you. Like, for an example, you have a business and you don't have a lot of time to sit around and do a lot of the legwork that's required to do this. So I help you automate that. And, of course, building a team is one of the things that's very, very, very important to making it work. You also get 1 year of being able to come to any and all of my events. The only caveat is when I do joint ventures like this one with Pete or the one with Randy and Don, those are things that I just don't have the ability to give free admission to. But all my field work that I'm doing with my training events, those you get to come to any of those for free. We also are, like I said, I'm doing the website. There's going to be a membership area exclusive only to people in the apprentice program. These are going to be the advanced people that are going to be putting advanced deals together, working as a team, like being able to put funding together, being able to talk in a format that, well, one of the scenarios I was working on today is how do we put people with $10,000 available to invest with people that have $50,000, with people that have $100,000, put them all together without having the issues of commingling funds and first mortgages, second mortgages and all. It's going to be a venue where people can literally talk to each other outside of my direction and be able to structure deals, put deals together, put the funding together so that we can eliminate the hard money expenses that are, deal killers at some point.
Yeah.
So you're going to get access to that, as well as the additional training that I'm doing. Like I said, I've got the cameras, I've got the lighting, I've got the backdrop, I've got the sound stage area in my my little recording studio back there. So that's going to start happening real soon. I'm going to be pumping these videos out, and basically I did an event where I was answering questions after questions after questions, and I realized that I can't, in 3 days or 4 days or even 3 days of my apprentice program, I've got all this information in my head that needs to be out there in a format that you guys can access and utilize and take advantage of. So that's going to be available. I'm planning 2 events, and you heard about some of them. One is going to be in the U.S. Virgin Isles, and one is going to be in Hawaii. So we're putting the paper to the pencil on making those work. I was going to do it at a reduced price, and that was like $1,000, $2,000, and make it available at a really reduced price versus my normal $19.97. But now that I've dropped the price on that to $197, we're going to make it a situation for apprentice program students as well as the general public. The apprentice program students will have an extra meeting of the minds day where only the apprentice people get together, and what we're going to do is we're going to share experience, share product knowledge as far as what the products are out there as far as the real estate market and what's working, what's not working, and just have a meeting of the minds, advanced thinking, so that one extra day won't be available unless you're in the apprentice program. So other than that, it'll be I'm trying to do it at a price point of like $597 for the 3 days of training, so that you can literally jump on a plane at a decent price, jump down there, enjoy the benefits of the class. I'm trying to figure out how I can do the class next to a pool or on the beach itself.
Yep.
So that it's number one, it's relaxing, it's enjoyable. I want to go hang out and go, skiing or surfing or whatever the hell you do down there with everybody, so that we have a lot of fun and have the training there as well. And the awesome thing is most everybody on the call has already been to one of my trainings or similar real estate trainings. So this is an opportunity to do it on a tax-deductible way. So you get access to that. And there's a couple of other things that are coming up that are going to be included in that. Again, that's $25,000. I know that I've done 3 of them so far, and out of the 3, the results have been exceptionally good. And then the interesting thing is, I think the most important thing, you're going to go to Tony Robbins' event. I pay for your ticket to go see Anthony Robbins, Tony Robbins, the motivational speaker. He does a 4-day event. The next one coming up in March is in Los Angeles. It's 4 days. You walk across, the coals of fire, and I don't know. I'm being real hesitant as to whether I'm going to do that, but I guess I'm going to have to. But I felt that one of the things that I haven't done in my career is I haven't gone to a lot of that stuff. And my motivation is my own, myself. I'm naturally excited and motivated to do something. So I felt that, sometimes I wasn't that good at getting you motivated or the student motivated. I worked out a special with the company to be able to bring my students in there at a reduced rate, which for you is free if you do my program, and get motivated and get excited for the 4 days. So you get that as well as you get full access to me. You can call me on the cell phone 24/7. I'll answer the call, and if I can't answer the call right away, I'll call you back, within minutes, or if I'm traveling or something, as soon as possible. And, just, again, it's an apprentice program. I want to help you step by step through the routine of what you need to do to make it work, so that it doesn't you don't feel like you're alone, like oh, crap, I went to the 3 days. Now I got all this information. I don't know what to do next. I'm going to be there to help you step of the way. So with that program, you also get to have the instant access with me as well.
Awesome. All right. Very good.
So if you're interested, I know we had talked about it before, just get a hold of me off the call, and we'll be able to put it together.
All right. That sounds good. John's away right now, so I know he was interested in it too, so I got to talk with him when he gets back. So.
Awesome. And it's for two people, so I understand it's a major investment, but you're going to see results out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just wanted to let everybody know, if you can't make it to this new thing that I'm going to be doing with the hedge funds, I'm going to be recording it, and I'm going to make it available online as it won't be a live event, but it'll be a recorded event. So if you can't make it to the Irvine event that I'm going to be doing with Pete on the hedge funds, it's definitely something that you're going to want to get as far as and watching that, because it's going to be huge. It's where the market's going to be over the next 6 to 12 months. So anyways, thanks for your calls. I appreciate your questions there, Steve, and I know I talked a lot more than you did, but hey, that's what I do. So anyways, if you have anybody else have a question, it's, again, *6. If not, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the phone call up. Watch for my postings on Facebook. You're going to see the latest and greatest information as to what's coming, what's happening. I'm going to be doing these calls every Wednesday, again at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. I'm going to have some interesting guest speakers on here. I'm going to blow this thing up. I'm going to make it ridiculous, and you're just going to get tons and tons of information for free. I'm working with a gentleman that is very in tune to being positive and doing the right thing. And like I said, I read something that said, you spend all your life trying to figure out what your gift is, and then what do you do with your gift when you figure out what your gift is? Well, you gift it to other people. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make as much information that I have available at a either free or ridiculously low price. So again, stay tuned, watch what's happening. We're going big style. The squirrel's loose. I've been called a honey badger. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be real. It's going to be amazing. So stay tuned, hang out, watch what happens. And again, thanks for being on the call tonight. I want to cut it short because I only wanted to be on here for an hour. So I know it's late in the East Coast. So good night, everybody. Again, thanks for being on the call. And I'm excited about what's going to happen for the future and look forward to helping everybody achieve your dreams and become a successful real estate investor. Good night.